Ayo, what is poppin' poppers? I haven't said that in a very long time. I noticed that the other day and I want to start saying it again because it's catchy, it's cool, and I like it. But yeah, ayo, what is poppin' poppers? In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Discord recap episode 4 or 5. I already forgot. And today's episode will be focusing on what is the weirdest Funko item in your collection. Now, if you're not familiar with Discord recap, basically it's a recap on my Discord server, Everything Funko. Everything Funko is a really awesome Discord server that you can talk about everything Funko related. I'll put a link down below if you want to join the server. And basically every time I do a new Discord recap, I will go onto the Discord server Everything Funko. Once again, link in the description below. Go join it. And I will go over to the Discord server. I will go to the Discord recap channel and I will put a question in there. And then from that point on, you guys can submit different photos of pops from your collection depending on the question. And there are some really cool submissions this week. So yeah, basically how I like to start off my Discord recaps is always with a pop or something from my collection to answer the question. And like I said twice already, this week's Discord recap question is, what is the weirdest Funko item in your collection? And I always like to bring up this specific item right here as my weirdest Funko item in my collection because I think it's really cool. And this is none other than the Rick and Morty Funko toilet paper. Yes, this is actually a real toilet paper roll inside this box right here. It came in a GameStop Rick and Morty Funko mystery box last year or 2 years ago actually. I'll open it up so you guys can actually see. I've kept this preserved because I keep this toilet paper dear to me. This is one of my most valuable pieces in my collection. I actually don't know how much it's worth. It's valuable to me because it's super cool. But yeah, it's a toilet paper roll with Rick's face all over it. I kid you not, this is a real Funko item. This is definitely the weirdest item in my collection just because it's literally a toilet paper roll made by Funko. Why? I don't know. But yeah, that's my weirdest Funko item in my collection. Let's go take a look at some of the ones that you guys submitted on Discord this week. Alright guys, we have a lot of submissions this week. I'm super excited to take a look at what you guys submitted for this week's Discord recap. We're on the Everything Funko server here. We're in the Discord recap channel. Once again, if you want to join the Everything Funko Discord server and be in the next Discord recap, make sure you join using the link down below. So to start off this week's Discord recap, we have an entry from Miss Pop Cat, and they said these random guys being the most weird Funko Pop or Funko item in their collection. I don't know their names, but I do believe they are from Moana. It's funny because these are 3 different Funko Pops, but they were sold as one. I think that's pretty cool. And yeah, overall, really great figure to start off today's video. Next up, we have a pop entry from L, and they said the Santa version of the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. He never wore this in the WWE. And here's this pop right here, this Walmart glow-in-the-dark exclusive, the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. They said he never wore this in the WWE, so it's weird that they made this into a Funko Pop. But knowing Funko, maybe he did wear it in the WWE for like a Christmas special, like for 2 seconds maybe, and they turn it into a pop because it's Funko and they want to capitalize off of any tiny moment they can. To be honest, even if it wasn't in the WWE, I still think it's a really cool pop. I know nothing about WWE, but this pop does look pretty scary and pretty weird, but it's still a really cool pop and I like it a lot actually. Next up, we have Awesome Dogman Plays, and they said, okay, this is my most random one. Why? Since the reason I bought it was because I thought it was a funny figure. I didn't even know Saga was a thing. And here's the pop right here. It's Gus in pajamas from Saga or Sega. It's a San Diego Comic-Con 2018 exclusive. I believe this was shared exclusive to Barnes & Noble. And it's a flocked pop, and yeah, there's Gus. I would say it's a funny figure to pick up, and not gonna lie, a few years ago, I would do the same thing. I would probably, if I ever saw this figure in stores, I would probably buy it just because it looks funny. But yeah, still a really cool pop, Gus in pajamas. It's cool. It's a cool pop to have. Next up is a submission from Gart, and they said, my weirdest figure in my collection is probably the one I got today, and this is the Chase Goose Flirkin from Captain Marvel. It's funny, it's weird, it's cool, I like it. It's from Captain Marvel, it's Goose, which is the alien cat in the movie, I believe. And yeah, this is a pretty old Chase, so for you to find this recently is pretty cool at the same time. And yeah, I think it's a cool pop actually. Next up, it's Ultra Zeke, and they said Funko Gold are really weird looking. And here is the Chase LeBron James right here. I do have to agree, the artwork for the Funko Gold is not rather weird looking, but I would say it's unique looking compared to Pops. I believe the Funko Gold figures have a very different demographic than the Pops do. The Pops are like very like chibi-ish, I guess you can say, and I guess the Funko Gold look more realistic, I guess, or they have a unique art style to them. I personally like them a lot. I know a lot of people like to say they're weird looking online, which I guess to an extent they are weird looking, but I think they look cool. Next up is Comics Zombies. I want to subtle flex your prototype. I mean, I don't blame you. That is a really cool pop to be showing off. Look at it. Here, I got you. Look at this. That is sick. That is sick to have. And they said probably a super sick ass wing prototype. Its design is super cool, and its long tongue is super horrifying. For reals, look it up. And there it is right there. This pop is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that's a pretty cool flex. I'm pretty jealous of this one. This prototype's pretty awesome. Next up is Harrison, and they said either this Funko that didn't come with a figure, or this Heat Miser, or should I say Feet Miser soda that Morris sent me. Yo! It literally says Feet Miser. Why would Funko release this? And then the translucent pop from the boys, but like he said, there's no pop in the box. That's interesting. And next up we have GOG, and they said, can one of you guys help me? That's not a pop. Next up is Tony1, and they said definitely Post Malone. I love the detail of the tattoos and his drink. And here's the pop right here. I also do own this pop. I think it's awesome. But yeah, I would have to agree, this is a pretty weird pop to have in your collection. I also do own it, but I think it's really cool, and I love Post Malone. I really do like the 2 new ones they released last year as well. Post Malone, I think those ones are awesome as well. But yeah, this pop is pretty interesting. Next up, we have a pop from Kiroshima, and they said, in my opinion, the TDK pop from the Suicide Squad movie looks pretty weird with his arm detached and him holding it. And I would totally have to agree with you. It does look very offsetting. Just look at it. You could see his arm missing on his right side, and he's holding his arm in the other hand. It looks strange, but it's still cool. Like, some of these pops in today's video that I've seen so far, they are definitely weird looking and strange, but I think that's what makes them look cool, and this is definitely one of those ones. It looks weird, but it's a really cool concept. Next up is Padre Fan 7, and they said, I found and bought a Walmart exclusive pop at Target. Yes, Target, truly odd. It's the Larry Bird 10-inch Funko Pop, Walmart exclusive, and you can clearly see the red Target in the background. What? Next up is No Landing, and they said probably one of my favorite and definitely weird horror pops, the Chatterer, and here it is right here. Once again, it is extremely horrifying, weird looking, and definitely unique, but I think that's what makes it awesome. Like, this pop looks super cool, I'm not gonna lie. I think they did a great job with this pop, and like they said, it's one of their favorites in their collection, and it's definitely weird, and I agree with them on that, but it's a really, really cool pop nonetheless. Next up, we have one from Top Pops, and he said, here is the Krusty Clown plush created by Funko I got a couple years back. And here it is right here, no one cares, Tristan. Next up, we have Chuggy Beast 96, and they said, I have to say my Ramona Flowers rock candy. It's a line that Funko doesn't make anymore, and it was SDCC 2017 exclusive, limited to 1,250 pieces, and shared with the Funko shop. I had a little bit of a hard time saying that, but I got it in the end. And here is the Ramona Flowers right here. I think it's pretty cool. I remember when they released this for San Diego Comic-Con that year. This was actually one of the first years I started collecting a lot. So I remember seeing this, or not seeing this, but not in person, seeing it like online and everything, and people talking about it. And yeah, I do miss the rock candies. I think some of them are pretty cool, but at the same time, the Funko Soda just wiped out all the competition. Dorbs, 5-star figures, rock candies, all of Funko's subcategory brands that weren't Funko Pop just got wiped out of the dust with Funko Soda. Because the Funko Sodas, they're awesome, they're doing great. I think they're cool. But yeah, the rock candies were definitely really cool, and I do miss them a little bit. Next up is G-Wick 07, and they said probably my Mr. Monopoly chase because he doesn't glow, but when you put it up to a black light, it's weird. That's terrifying. That is actually terrifying. That definitely is weird. So he doesn't glow, but when you put him up to a black light, it looks like he's attempting to glow. It's pretty weird, I would say. Next up is Chaticus, and they said, I got this comic book for free and didn't know much about it, so I had to do some research. Apparently it was New York City Comic Con 2017 exclusive shared with Plastic Empire and Wise Guy Collectibles, which is where I got it from. It was apparently limited to 500 pieces, but it's still on Plastic Empire's website and is being given out at Wise Guy Collectibles. It's one of 4 different cover designs, with the others being shown on the inside cover. And here it is right here. I think this looks pretty cool. I didn't know Funko even made this. I didn't know about this until now, so this is a pretty weird Funko item. I think this is pretty awesome though. And here's the 4 other alternate art covers that you can get for the front. And those 4 look pretty awesome, so I'm assuming this is like a Ghostbusters themed comic book, but in the Funko kind of art style, which I think is pretty cool. Next up is Ice Dude, and they said, I got these plushies a few years back from GameStop, but they submitted no photos of the plushies they got a few years ago from GameStop. Now this next one I actually do like a lot, and this one's coming in from Bozo Video, and they said this bow, or yeah, I believe that's how you say it, Bowie, I don't know, I think it's bow. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. This bow from the Pixar animated shorts movies, and here it is right here. I actually do like this a lot. When this first released, I believe it was for the 12 Days of Christmas or Funko that they did some sort of event a few years ago on the Funko shop. When this released, everyone was talking about it, and I think it's a pretty cool pop, and I think it lived up to its hype. I really do like it a lot, and yeah, I think it's a really unique and weird figure, but it's pretty awesome. And also the short film for it is pretty cool too. It's one of my favorite Pixar shorts. Next up is Red Sox Pops, and they said mine is probably this Batman Domo I got from 7-Eleven for free when I was like 6. Obviously I threw it the box because I was 6, so now he just chills on my PS4. And here it is right here. I wish Funko did more Domo figures, because I remember a few years ago, not a few years ago, it was actually the start, like 2014, 2015, maybe 2013. I'm not exactly sure when. Funko used to release a lot of Domo figures, and I think they were really cool. I wish Funko did more with Domo, but obviously that was for the time frame. Now if you made Domo, they probably wouldn't sell as well because no one talks about Domo anymore. But back then, Domo used to be a very big thing. But yeah, I personally like this figure a lot. I think it is weird that Funko did a Domo collab, but at the same time, I really do like it a lot, and I think it's super unique and cool. Next up is Square Jester 551 exclamation mark, and they submitted a photo of Inky from Pac-Man. This pop is pretty weird. It's a unique looking pop. It doesn't look as much as like a pop. It looks like a pop, but it doesn't look like a pop. Does that make sense? I hope it does. It's a cool pop though. And next up we have Mortem. Their weirdest pop in their collection is Live After Death. Eddie from Iron Maiden is a really weird looking pop and also very terrifying, but at the same time, I like it a lot. I think it's pretty awesome. Next up is Schmax, and they submitted a photo of the Frankenberry watch that Funko released, I believe, a year ago, maybe 2 years ago now. I'm not exactly sure when, but they released all three of these for Frankenberry, Count Chocula, and Boo Berry, and I think this Frankenberry one looks awesome. This is definitely a weird Funko item to have in your collection. It's a watch with a Funko Pop on it. It's pretty weird, but it's still cool to have. Next up is Derek, and they said, what y'all say, 1 out of 10, and it's the Michael Jordan pop right here. I don't know why it's weird. It's Michael Jordan, but it's cool. And then here is my entire Discord server making fun of me. So they said, I'm filming Monday 100,000%. So if you haven't submitted yet, make sure to submit a photo. And I tagged that here. And this was on the 24th of September. And it is currently the 7th of October when I'm filming this. To which Tristan responded to my comment by saying cap, Gart responded saying cap, Chaticus responded saying cap, Nick Games Dude responded saying cap, and then Padre Fan said stop the cap, sent a gif, and then we got one more submission for today's video, and it is none other from the GOAT himself, Adam, and it says, and they said, my weirdest Funko product is this thing I found in Dick's Sporting Goods, so I bought it. And yeah, here it is right here. It's the Chase LeBron James. Oh, sorry, we have one more submission, just one more. And it is from Valhalla Baller. They said, I would say the weirdest thing in my collection is this Coke can, just because of how obscure it is in my opinion. And I would have to agree, it is pretty obscure, but it's a really cool pop. I like that a lot. And that's it. That sums it up for today's Discord recap. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry for prolonging it once again. I got sick, I was busy with school, but now I'm better than ever. I'll be starting to upload again a lot more. Discord recaps will be more regular. Trust me, I'm not lying. I'm not. If you guys haven't downloaded Whatnot yet, use the link in the description below to download Whatnot. You save $15 when you, or not even save $15, you get $15 when you first download the app using the link down below. So go do that. It's literally a free Funko Pop. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and also join the Discord server, Everything Funko. Link will be down below if you haven't joined it yet. Next week's Discord recap will be awesome, and it will be out a lot sooner than this one. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and yeah, catch you next time. Peace.